Page 704. Page 704. Demand radiologist shortages, no end in sight across the country. Recovery group lists. Picture of Barbra Streisand. Woman with a dog. Woman's stomach. A focus on early Alzheimer's. Fear divides eternal. Unusual lapses of memory, getting a closer look from research. Neurological conditions consistent with Alzheimer's. Small number of specialists. No lab tests at the time for Alzheimer's. Loss of freedom, not humanitarian. Cancer's growth of government devouring our progressive energies. Productive. Kids Corner, face painting, McGrath crime dog. Bohemian redefined. Scripture, 2 Corinthians 10:5. Take captive every thought to obedience of Christ. John F. Kennedy, 10 days before the assassination, said, a plot to destroy freedom, capitalism. Debt replaces American dream. Orbit. Page 705. Picture of a woman. Transform your life with your words. HuffingtonPost.com. Representative Diane Watson, Bio Contributors, 10/24 of 2006. FDA rejected a report from their staff saying amalgams are safe. FDA panel said the report did not have all the current data about the fillings. Advisory panel, doctors, dentists, and health professionals repeatedly questioned the safety on children and fetus and pregnant women. More studies needed about vapors from teeth. 100 million Americans have amalgam. This is an old number. Vast majority unaware of mercury in their bodies. Mercury, one of the most toxic substances on the earth. FDA banned mercury in thermometers in 2008 and 2001. In disinfectants, any veterinarian products, governments around the world have banned or limited amalgam use. Canada restarted the use. FDA permits the sale of dental materials not proven safe within inches of the brain. FDA sanctions commerce in silver fillings. FDA doesn't disclose to Americans the significant amount of mercury in the filling. FDA doesn't disclose mercury vaporizes entire lifetime in the mouth. Page 706. FDA silver after 1999 warning from the U.S. Public Health Service, 2005 Center for Disease Control. Amalgam removed from teeth is a major environmental pollutant. FDA never obeyed law and wrote up an environmental impact statement on dental amalgams. Disposal of amalgams damaged with alternative materials available. FDA decision to reject the report should be the end of amalgams. Privileged sanctuary, pre-2010. FDA needs to make dentist diseases disclose to patients about amalgam that alternatives are available. FDA has legal duty to conduct safety of amalgam tests. Manufacturers should have a burden of proving amalgam is safety. Canadians direct dentists not to use amalgams in children, pregnant women, and people with kidney disease. Mercury hypersensitivity or braces. FDA should implement the same ban. Cigarette ban and smokers law bans have U.S. 20 years before the report and the ban in public areas. Campaign to end the use of amalgam around the world underway. Dental professionals need to relinquish practice as if it's not dangerous. Page 707. KitchenDoctor.com articles. Cilantro. Heavy metal toxicity. Amalgam concoction contains 49 to 53% mercury. Studies conducted on sheep 6 months later, amalgam removed. 1/5 of the mercury left in amalgams. Mercury in sheep present in the brain, small intestines, liver, kidneys, lungs. Dentistry disposes of amalgam as a hazardous waste. Germany and Sweden paying for mercury removal. U.S. ADA claims mercury is safe and poses no health risk. Duluth, Minnesota, amalgams are prohibited. Criminally irresponsible using amalgam. Amalgam significant cause of ill health. Symptoms range from muscle spasms, neurological problems, paralysis, memory loss problems. Expensive procedures having amalgam replaced with less toxic materials. Chelating, the mercury out of the body expensive. Intravenous vitamins used for removing the mercury. Meteorologists warned not to cook in aluminum cookware or packages of aluminum. Studies supporting his knowledge 30 years later. Chelation became protocol for alternative medicines. Omura study for chelating properties of cilantro and make a pesto of it. Made an extract from the juice of organic cilantros. Unbearable and unmissed. Ask him anything. Demand the spirit fill. Christian. Environmental dentist, 2010, first retired due to swelling of his brain. Story time in demand. Song time. Page 708. We cannot delay in nations all over. Copyright 1995-2003 by Ingrid Naiman. Properly trained dentists remove amalgam with a rubber dam in the mouth. Dam reduces the risk of swallowing amalgams during removal. Vapors from mercury are absorbed by the patient and the dentist. Cases of spontaneous remission of cancer following amalgam removal. Tests to determine suitable dental materials raise cost of procedure. Composites not very durable or satisfactory. Cilantro for heavy metal poisoning had reactions. Added trace minerals and seaweed to diet. 2 weeks of cilantro detox caused oily skin and Epsom salts. Chelation after 3 weeks, the smell of oil diminished. Suffering from neurological problems, consider hair or blood analysis for metal in system. Use of cilantro with formula for liver, kidneys, and eliminating channels. Mega amounts of chlorella, a must for chelating metals. Cilantro mobilizes mercury, but chlorella bonds with it and carries it out of the body. They have a product with both those things in it out there. I had a couple bottles of it this shot last year. Cilantro also mobilizes lead and aluminum. Baseline hair analysis at 3 and 6 months. Heavy metal removed makes parasite population increase. Candida albicans disease makes this population a potential issue. Evaluation of parasites before radical toxic metal removal. Pharmaceutical compound to kill off parasites. Medicine contains some contaminants as amalgam in your vaccines. Autism to Alzheimer's from heavy metal poisoning. Chelation in 3 weeks completed versus let longer. Chelation, not a pace the body can tolerate. At a pace the body can tolerate. Page 709. What is polio? Poliomyelitis, one of the most feared studied diseases of the 20th century. Salk and Sabrin vaccines eliminated the disease in developed countries. Epidemic ended in North America and Europe. Research halted. Knowledge of epidemiology and pathology of polio from the 1950s level. Poliomyelitis is inflammation of the gray matter in the spinal cord. Polio name infantile paralysis. Hein, Meiden's disease, debilitating of lower extremities, spinal paralytic paralysis, poliovirus resulting in acute infection. Infected people usually experience respiratory or gastrointestinal symptoms. Unknown infected people exposed others unknowingly. They're saying they passed it on. Central nervous system only penetrates in some true polio cases, neuromas affected. Elegant ranch villa, golf courses, visions. Hard New Life dies decades after the whale of a tale but no treasure. Page 710. Muscles affected by polio. Never a cure for polio. Motor neurons severely damaged, resulting in permanent weakness in lower extremities. 3 types of polio strains. Acute polio victims given injections for DPT and immunizations developed paralysis in injected limbs. Phenomenon or how the paralysis happens not understood. Tonsillectomies, nose and throat procedures increase the risk of the disease entering the central nervous system. Evidence suggested the virus excreted in stool and passed through hand-to-hand contact. Helping imagination take flight. Government decides level of quality needed for deduction amounts. Suspects identified. Debt question. Facing next hurdle. Feeling Good book. 2 million copies sold. How to get over depression. Peak. Page 711. Maternal antibodies protected. Early in life sanitation conditions thought to be how virus spread. Changes for sewer treatment changes epidemic. Before and after photos needed. Cataract surgery. Meshing seems devastation. Before and after. Funny side. Page 712. Polio disease of summer months, 1940s and 50s. Public swimming pools were closed. Disease occurred 35 times more frequently in August. Polio mysteries will never be solved. Picture of a watch. Change is inevitable. Change the way you look at change. 4 dimensions of change. Knowledge, attitude, behavior, organizations. Changes. No hustle travel. Time. Mediums. Photos needed. This war didn't cost. This good war. Visual rejuvenations. Change until you won't. Write to opinion pages. Knowing a human side of change in work and life. Page 713. Nervous system interrelationships. Communication system, central and autonomic nervous system. What lies at the root of chronic disease, impaired circulatory flow, including lymphatic drainage. Humans made up of 70% water in soma, 90% in the brain. Circulatory flow important. 4. Eliminating pathways. Colon, skin, kidneys, lungs. Circulatory and lymphatic systems can sometimes be reversed. Waste products and toxins may be absorbed into cells instead of eliminated. Biochemical imbalances may go undetected for years. Plaque in blood vessels. Plaque in blood vessels, chronic fatigue, malaise, the feeling of discomfort. Dentistry has jawbone osteitis, dental abscesses, electrogalvanism, periodontal disease, electrical energetic interrelationships, acupuncture, electrical pathways and meridians, energy flow measurable through the meridians. A diagnostic tool. Acupuncture meridians run through the teeth. Magnesium involved in production of glucose, not a tired body but a fatigued brain. Study found magnesium deficiency causing chronic fatigue syndrome, depression. Magnesium essential to function of enzymes to the central nervous system. Animals given magnesium deficit diet slept very poorly and developed mental disorders. Pyridoxine needed for metabolizing magnesium and zinc. Birth control pills force pyridine out of the system. Pyridoxine deficiency causes depression, anxiety, and diminished sex drive. Picture of a bow, a bird bath, an aloe plant. Opportunities newsletter, $5 off coupon. New dealer application. Immune enhancing plant, aloe vera succulent. Aloe grown with pesticides will suck up the toxins. The aloe jelly and the collagen change. Page 715. Oh. Sorry. It's time for a fair, unfair legislature. A child. Dean. Don't outrun tornado, outmaneuver it. Here. Awarded for the Reverend Fellowship. Union to hold. Legislatures are set to check out libraries. Chaos ignored, find votes. Rights today. Omaha finally picked sister. His furthermore can improve your child's odds. Turnout is at forum on Hegel's family immigration bill. Make that June 30th. Coughing and wheezing, difficulty breathing, and chest tightness. Page 716. Cowboy U. Asthma, screening fatalists, secret, KO's transition. Rally for staff. Health corrections are hot issue. The former C led retreats. Arrested in bold spree of graffiti. Youth sought to help maintain Washington. Sideline spring, but only picture of a school bus, picture of a heart, parents and children. Jump on the school bus and ride to my learning center of love. Smile makeover in 13 weeks. Junior achievement, picture of a triangle. Parents, don't give up, learn hope. Your child can learn to speak out. Banquet.